Former President Trump laying out his plan to get jobs back to America through the, quote, art of the tariff.
If you put tariffs on those companies, you wouldn't have them leaving our country. They're leaving us, going to Mexico, right across the border, building a plant and selling things back into our country. You can't let them do that. That's what tariffs are for. You put tariffs on, they won't be doing that. And it's like not complicated. It's really simple.
So how does that work, and what does it mean for your wallet? Trump economic advisor Stephen Moore joins us now to break it all down. Stephen, I'm glad to have you on the show this morning. Found this interview with Larry Kudlow fascinating from President Trump. Let's talk about tariffs. There are those that say, wow, that's a way that you create more inflation. That's the way you create economic adversaries. You restrict supply coming in, cheap supply, for example, from China. Tell me what would happen if we started to embrace the tariff.
Well, let's go back to when Trump was president. You know, he was president for 4 years, Will, and he had an amazing record. By the way, I have this new book out, just came out, called The Trump Economic Miracle. I want everybody to get this because it lays out the case of what Trump did when he was president and the boom for the middle class and the very workers that Trump is talking about. So, by the way, the average family, Will, when Trump was president, saw a $5,500 real gain in their incomes. And that was true of virtually every single racial group. Under Biden and Harris so far, the average family has actually lost income. So they're poor today. And one of the reasons for that is because a lot of these countries are stealing jobs. We're not creating jobs in the areas that we want. In fact, it's been government jobs that have been leading the way. We want fewer government jobs, and we want more jobs of people who are making things here in America. And Trump is committed to that. And incidentally, I'm a free trade guy. I do believe in free trade, but I saw it firsthand, Will, in Trump's in his first term, that he used tariffs very strategically to get other countries to do things that are in America's national security and economic security interests. Meanwhile, we got a pansy in the White House today that refuses to stand up to these other countries.
So I want to understand that because, like yourself, Stephen, much of the right has been for decades pure free trade, that it creates cheaper, better consumer products. I don't know about better, but cheaper consumer products for Americans. But you talked about strategic targeted tariffs. So give me an example of that. Like how would that be used in a way to bring jobs back on shore here in America without raising prices of goods?
Well, let's take the biggest adversary of the United States, a country that cheats and steals and is an economic threat to the United States, and that is, of course, China. And that they're the biggest, you know, by the way, Mexico is our biggest trading partner, but China is our second largest one, and they are taking advantage of the United States. As Trump would say, they're laughing behind our back. I saw firsthand so many times. I'll give you just one example with the Europeans. Remember, the Europeans would not pay their NATO dues. Remember that, Will? They refused to pay what they had promised. And Trump went to them and said, look, if you're not going to pay your NATO dues, I'm going to slap you with a 30% tariff. And guess what? They paid up. Same thing. I saw it in Mexico, where the Mexicans told Trump, well, we're not going to help on the border situation. And Trump said, if you don't help, we're going to hit you with a 40% tariff. And guess what? They did it. So he uses, this is a guy who puts America first, and he puts American workers first. I guarantee you when he wins, we're going to get those jobs back in the United States, and they're high-paying jobs. We're not going to see Americans losing income like they have under Biden.
So it just seems to me in the end, Stephen, that it's less about, you know, the theoretical academic debate of a broad spread embrace of free trade or a broad spread embrace of tariffs. It's more looking for asymmetric relationships, asymmetric scenarios, and using the tariff to bring back a balance of strategic interest to the United States in those unfair circumstances, China, or as you point out with the NATO. I got to leave it there, Stephen. I'm sorry, I'm tight on time. But it's an important conversation. I appreciate you helping enlighten it this morning. Thank you.
Thanks, Will.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.